Hey, so we have back again with the questions. So we talked about, and it was crazy. We had like it was like 5 years, maybe six. We had this conference with 100 people, maybe, and I'm gonna break it down because I read. I mean, you already know that we're talking about books and things, and we talk about some crazy stuff about the people, how to treat and where the worst co-workers. And I found a book that some dudes asked me about it, and because I read it when I was in college, right? And it was from this dude called Robert Kiyosaki. I've never heard about that dude until someone suggests me to read it, which is crazy. It was a crazy book. I was in college. I do not suggest you, if you're in school, college, or I mean, the reason I do not suggest you is because the information that is in that book makes no sense to people that is actually in college, um, working a 9 to 5 job. And the problem is not that they read the book while they're doing it, right? The problem is that we have, or there's uh, people that don't know why they're doing that thing, and it was crazy, right? So the reason I say this is because I have the book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad, but he also had another one called the Quadrant of Cash Flow, which is it was the craziest book I've ever read. That thing made me quit college because my mindset was not figuring out what those people were trying to teach me and what that book was really about. So the crazy thing is that it was, let me show it here. There's another, it's another picture, but that's the same as the book. So you see E from the left side. This is crazy. This this is what made me have troubles every day with people that I was being surrounded. That includes teachers, friends, high level education dudes. It was crazy when I was talking to them about this. They were like, something was happening in their head because they've been like doing the same stuff for 30, 35 years. And when Anderson comes and showed this to him, they were like, we ain't where you get that from? And it was crazy. Cause I used to talk to these dudes, teachers, masters, PhDs, and what I'm about to explain you here, um, Robert tried to explain to his audience, in a very crazy way, because he had two parents, the poor one and the rich one. So I'm gonna break it down for you. So he says, the left side is E, which is employees, and down there is self-employed, right? So employee people, we have that there's 60% of people around the world are employees. And then self-employed people are 35%. Now, he says there's only four ways to make money in this world. So there you have it. Employees, self-employees from the left side, and then we have the right people, which are business owners. He says business owners, if you're a business owner, it's because you have at least 500 employees. And it was crazy. I thought, yeah, you open up an LLC and yeah, you're a business owner, but you're not. You're a micro company. And it was crazy. And the last one was investors. So employees are 60%, self-employed 35%, business owners were 4%, and investors 1%. Now the people, he says on the book, the people, all the people, and this blew my mind. 95% of the people from the left side follows money. And I'm not talking about the people from the right doesn't, right? Technically, the mindset between those two are follow money, 95, but the dudes from the right side, money follows them. Now, here comes the question. The people who were, because I was like, I mean, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's a bunch of social media around there. And you can even see people around with big, I was like 18, 17, being taught by 40, some and most 40s dudes with PhDs coming out. I mean, this is no disrespect, but um they were like, some of them didn't even have cars. They were coming to college walking or by bus, right? Now, no disrespect again, but that was not the mindset that I was trying to build for future. Now, long story short, because that book is crazy. He doesn't literally give a damn about saying things. So he asks, if you want to be taught by that kind of people, you're gonna end up like them, right? And it made all this make sense because employees 60%. They were trying to teach me how to get a good employee, right? And then some of them were just, I mean, go out and try to build something self-employed. And it was crazy because um here comes the question, and is, who has been your most important professional mentor? Because all this bullshit, I know, and it was crazy. I know dudes, and again, if you don't like it, just close it. Because I have friends. Every time I was trying to explain this to my buddies, it was it made no sense to them because they were just trying to, hey, because I started off with engineering, then I was with dudes, and at the same time I was feeling like, hey, can we just, we're like 17, 18, let's, create something, right? We might do it, I don't know. But they were like in their head trying to focus on getting a job. Is bad? No, it isn't. But again, my mindset was not making sense with the things that I was reading. So basically, these all these quadrant and cash flow just open up my mind, and end up asking, what do you think about the education system? Because I know some dudes that they want something, right? And you can go to any college right now. You can go to any college right now, and you can ask somebody's, and they will just going to be like, um, hey, what do you want for? What do you want for? Or how can you see yourself in 20 years? And they're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna be working for some company. But the thing is that they don't even know how to start it, right? And when you go and show this to them, they're gonna be like, it makes no sense to me. Because if you ask them, hey, would you like to get a Rolls Royce? I mean, it's very, very close to them to not to have that answer and say, no, I don't like, I wouldn't love a Rolls Royce. I wouldn't love a Cadillac. And if you have goals already, and then the things that you're doing does not, are they're not gonna take you where you want, you gotta make sure, because this blew my mind a lot. And you have to think and make sure who you're learning from. right? Because it's crazy. I mean, you talk to people and they don't know, they want just go work 9 to 5. And I'm not gonna say you're not gonna be in that path before you get your thing. But the thing is that what scares me is they want to do it, and it's good, yeah, but damn, it's hard to be around that people and can be friends, family members, and that's a thing may not make sense to some of them, right? But um it was crazy. But yeah, I mean, if you have, what do you think about the cash flow quadrant? We talked about this, and bro, um what do you think about the educational system right now? Schools, college, um, but only for guys that want to do something, because it's crazy. I mean, we spend 5 years in this bullshit. Some of them spend more, and they be like, "Oh, I'm broke," and then, yo, you spent 8 years for what, right? And it makes no sense to me. I still don't get it, because they go out of high school, they start college. If you're lucky, you might end up with 5 years at least, approving all your credits. Then you get a master. There's 3 more years or five. Then you want to get a PhD, another like what, 10 years, 25 years, 30 years, and you still, man, it's crazy. There's a bunch of countries where you can get a PhD and you still like what, like a $2,500 a month, 3,000. It's crazy. And if this does not open your mind, just don't complain, man. It's crazy. Employees, self-employees are the most mindsets we have in this world. People trying to be an employee so bad. And we need doctors, we need lawyers. It's good. We need them. But if you're complaining about why you don't have the things that you don't want, just don't complain. And this might help you a lot, maybe not, but I encourage you to start reading some things about Robert Kiyosaki. He's a big buddy of Donald Trump too. They both worked together before, but um, these are the type of things that they don't teach us at college. Because if you show this to someone that is willing to become a whatever, um, this will not make sense. And and yeah, money this is how money is made around the world. We have employees, self-employments, business owners, and investors. So my last question is, which size which side would you consider to start not working on, but the most important thing is your mindset. Because I lost I've lost a lot of friends, buddies, just because I was trying to explain this to them, right? And it's going to happen to you. I mean, I've had a lot of experiences with people trying to explain this because they were complaining, right? And I had a buddy who was like, he was his third major. He was so intelligent. He was so smart. And he didn't even have a car, not because he didn't want to, because he couldn't do it, right? And and it's crazy. Teaching people to become slaves. Now it's just about mindset. It is. Why some people have why some people have cars they can go there in 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, going out on a trip, going to the beach, and some others are working and they can barely handle it. It's crazy. Now, it's crazy. Now, I'm gonna let you guys write down what you think about this cash flow quadrant, and what do you think about yeah, again, if you're in school, college, what do you think about this? Do you think it's real? It's something that we should be considering to take into account in our lives? Maybe, maybe not, but it's something to me is important, because to me this is most about mindsets. There's no problem starting as an employee, right? But you need to know where you're going. Following money, or money following you. Now, thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. We have a lot of cool things next video about the things that we're doing right now. And last question is, what are the 3 books, movies, or podcasts you will recommend to listeners, and why? And why? Yeah. This question, I had this question before, and I follow a lot of people. Um, as we know, we you should be listening to the bodies that are going towards your goals too. It's not that hard, because you need people, either friends, family members, working and thinking like you, and it is what it is.